What's going on, y'all? Going to try to talk about some stuff that I'm not really seeing anywhere, but all of this stuff that I'm finding out is online. It's pretty easy to find, but been kind of digging into it. Wanted to talk about a couple of things. First of all, a lot of these graphics that you are seeing. Okay, this one right here on the screen, you're seeing it say the shooter is right here. That's pretty close. But then you've got terrible ones like this that says the shooter was right there. Well, I can tell you where the shooter was because BBC had aerial footage like immediately. I don't know how they, were allowed to fly over it, but they were. Whoever's reporting this, this is on BBC right here. They've got aerial footage, but you can see if I can find the right frame here. There's dead guy right there. Um, we know his name now. But he's on this side of the building, and as the helicopter pans around and then zooms out, you can see where he is, right? Uh, he was on that side of the building. Now, supposedly, the Secret Service counter sniper team was up here somewhere in this general area. Well, what's the problem with them being right there? This big old tree right here kind of explains maybe why, the reaction wasn't instantaneous. I don't know. People are not reporting that the sniper team right here was the one to take the guy out. We still don't know that information. If it was, they shot the guy through a tree, which is amazing. That's a crazy shot. I mean, if you look at their weapons, I got a kind of a HD picture here, sort of. If you look at these weapons, I mean, you're talking probably a 4 to 20 power adjustable scope. It's optical, meaning non-thermal. This is like a IR laser kind of situation here. But this isn't thermal. So how they saw him through the tree, that's why I say I doubt it was these guys shooting him, but maybe they had line of sight. So two reasons why there might be that delay in them shooting him. Number one, if you go look at Ben Shapiro's video from Sunday the 14th, about 16 and a half minutes into it, he cites a report where they said the Secret Service rules of engagement state they couldn't shoot unless someone shot, or they were 100% certain that the person had a weapon. The person that reported this said the source inside the Secret Service said something to the effect of, you wouldn't want to shoot somebody and get on the rooftop and found out they just had a telescope trying to watch Trump. Now, as we've already looked at, if these guys are having to look through a friggin' tree, that would kind of explain why they had to maybe wait a little bit. Now, again, there could have been another counter sniper team somewhere else that shot the guy. We don't know yet. This is just me speculating. But if they had to wait till they were absolutely certain, him starting to shoot, excuse me, they're going to be able to see not a muzzle flash because it's daytime, but probably, if you've ever shot a gun before during the day, you know that there's more than just a muzzle flash. There's debris that comes out of the end of the gun, and you can kind of see that. And I'm sure a sniper, that's trained, is going to be able to see that as well. Another thing about the snipers, their equipment, these binoculars, these super long range scopes. I watched someone else talk about it. I think it was Dan Bongino, former Secret Service agent himself, presidential detail under the Obama administration, talk about that these guys were probably tasked for looking at threats 800 to 1,000 meters out, which would make sense with the type of equipment they have. You wouldn't need all this to shoot 100 to 200 yards. They would probably have an AR-15 of some type themselves if they were shooting and doing up close work. But if they took a shot, good for them. It was a great shot if it was through the trees. You got to watch out though, because as I've shown you in just 5 minutes worth of research on the internet, I can already tell you that the shooter was on this side of the building, right? Based on this video. But you see very easily, like, look at this picture I found. This is from the Washington Post. It's saying the shooter was over here. We know from the video, we just saw the dude's body right here. So, you know, if you looked at this picture, you would think, oh, well, why didn't people back in here get shot? Well, they couldn't have, because dude was right here, and the angle of this yellow line is off. But anyway, I just saw that, thought it was interesting, wanted to share that. You know, I'm sure all of the questions that a lot of people have will get answered in the full report, and then the following, congressional hearings that are sure to follow, because Secret Service dropped the ball big time. There's no reason somebody with any type of gun should have been within 400 feet of the president. I mean, 430, whatever. They shouldn't have been within 300 yards of not the president, but a presidential candidate, a former president, anybody under Secret Service protection. There should not have been someone been able to get that close, to take this type of a shot. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out in the coming weeks and months. But that's all for now. Take it easy.